Hello and welcome back to Weed. This is episode 4 and I'm super excited because we're going to introduce the chemical compounds of cannabis. Yay! One of the biggest reasons that cannabis is so special is because of the chemical compounds that it produces. What are chemical compounds, you may ask? Well, chemical compounds are elements bonded together. Here we have the periodic table of the elements. The main elements of biological compound include hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen and oxygen. However, there are many others, but these are the main guys. Here is an example of water or H2O. This is actually a chemical compound of one oxygen atom bonded to two hydrogen atoms. What do we have here? This drawing is a representation of the structure of a chemical compound. In this case, we're looking at THC. The meeting points between two lines represent carbon atoms, while hydrogen is H and oxygen is O. This is another way of representing a chemical structure called the ball and stick model. Here the red balls represent oxygen, while white represent hydrogen and the black represent carbon. Each compound has a unique structure which allows the identification and quantification of a specific compound within the sample. For example, we can identify and figure out how much THC there is in a cannabis-based product. We can also look at the interaction of the compound in biological systems, such as THC within the human body. We can look at the effects on different areas of the body, at the cellular level, and look at what cellular components the chemicals interact with and how. Plant metabolites are chemical compounds produced by the plant. There are two major divisions, including primary, which are compounds needed for growth and development of life, including proteins, carbohydrates, DNA, and such. Then there are secondary compounds, which include a vast array of compounds contributing to specific plant attributes. These include color and fragrance molecules, which are produced to attract pollinators, or those produced as a defense mechanism against pest diseases and unfavorable environmental conditions such as caffeine in coffee and cannabinoids in cannabis, and so many other examples. Cannabis produces so many different secondary compounds. I will just introduce 4 different types of them. We firstly have cannabinoids, which you may know include the famous THC and CBD, terpenes, sterols, and flavonoids. So let's have a look at cannabinoids. Cannabinoids produced by cannabis are phytocannabinoids, meaning they're made from a plant. Over 100 have been identified within cannabis, with some research claiming identification of 180. Cannabinoids are lipid-based molecules or hydrophobic, meaning they like fats. This is why oils and butters are used to infuse cannabinoids. They have many therapeutic applications which are still being explored. We will look at some of these in depth in a later episode. They are predominantly found within the inflorescences of cannabis and the trichomes. They are also found within the leaves to a lesser extent, and trace amounts are found within the roots. Next up, we have terpenes. These are becoming more and more well known. There are a few different types, including monoterpenes, sesquiterpenes, as well as triterpenes. These compounds contribute to the aroma of cannabis and can be found in many different plant species other than cannabis. They are components of essential oils, and lots of them have therapeutic applications. There are over 120 that have been identified in cannabis. Like cannabinoids, these are also hydrophobic compounds, and mono and sesquiterpenes are largely found within the inflorescences in the trichomes, with less in the leaves, and only triterpenes detected in the roots. Next we have sterols. There are about 11 of them that have been identified in cannabis. These have therapeutic applications and may be able to reduce cholesterol. A small amount of sterols are found in the leaves and the stems, but they're mainly found within the roots with triterpenes. The last class of compounds we will look at are flavonoids. These are a popular class of compounds found within many different plant species. Around 26 have been identified within cannabis, including canflavins, which have only been identified in one other species. Unlike cannabinoids and terpenes, flavonoids are water-soluble and have a high antioxidant effect. These can be found in the inflorescences and more so within vegetation. A particular kind of flavonoid called anthocyanin are pigmented molecules and are responsible for purple and red coloration in cannabis. And there you have it, an introduction to 4 different classes of chemical compounds found within cannabis. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please make sure to like and follow, and check out my website where I have further information surrounding the content. Thanks again, see you in the next one.